Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Saturday, the 22nd of April 2023. Today was match day, and the wheels have fallen off. The wheels of the wall promotion bus have fallen off. We lost today at Wigan. We lost 2-1. We went behind. We took it back to 1-1, and we lost by a goal right at the end of the game, losing 2-1. Away at Wigan. This is the match report from southernnews.co.uk. The Lacks avoided relegation for League One today. They need to keep winning, but they can still win. They'll still win. After beating the Lions in an uncomfortable clash in Greater Manchester, Mill's playoff hopes suffered a huge blow as they were beaten 2-1 by relegation threatened Wigan Athletic at the DW Stadium. The Lags knew that they would need to win or draw to avoid relegation today to League One. They started off perfectly as Will Keane's effort put them in front in the 14th minute. Yeah, great. Gary Rout's men struck back on the half-hour mark as Callum Starr played Tom Bradshaw into the box to set up George Saville, who tucked a close-range strike into the back of the net to level the scores. Wigan looked the better side after the break, despite a brief period around the hour mark where the Lions threatened in the final third. The hosts got what they deserved with 6 minutes to go as substitute Philo Huskard tucked Callum Lane's ball into the net, handing his side 3 points as Mills suffered consecutive defeats. With Wigan's championship future on the line, the hosts needed a fast start. They worked it straight in Millwall, capitalised in the 14th minute when Callum Lang picked up the ball down the right, crossing into the box with pace, deflected up towards Will Keane inside the box, allowing him to swivel via a powerful shot into the net to make it 1-0. The Lacks came again with Lang and Keane, but neither were able to take advantage. They had the Lions on the ropes. With the home crowd fully behind the team, they surged forward in the 21st minute in search of the second goal, with Lang weaving his way through on goal before poking the ball just wide of the post. It took a while for the visitors to wake up. They sprang into life bang on the half-hour mark. Callum Starr, making his first start since January 21st, played Tom Bradshaw into the box down the left. The striker was able to cut it back to George Saville, who bundled the ball over the line for point-blank range to level the scores. They had the chance to take the lead 4 minutes before half-time when Danny McNamara broke down the right, deceiving Wigan's back line by rushing right towards the corner flag. His powerful cross was aimed towards Bradshaw, who let it run towards Styles, but the Hungarian international failed to get a touch on it. Bookings for Styles and Scott Malone made it difficult for Mill to maintain any momentum. With Wigan having the last chance of the first half, James McLean had a chance to deliver the ball into the box from a free kick on the right side of the box as added time was announced, but he went for goal instead, curling his shot miles and miles over the bar. The hosts were unfortunate not to lead the opening seconds of the second half when McLean smacked a shot off Billy Mitchell for a corner. Wigan continued to threaten but were unable to prod the ball past George Long as Millwall grew into the game. 5 minutes after the restart, a somewhat sluggish counter from the Lions almost ended with a moment of magic when Jamie Jones had to tip Zarvlin's acrobatic over the bar. Jake Cooper was clearly fouled from the resulting corner, but once again, nothing was given. Wigan realised that they had nothing to lose. Ultimately, a draw did them as little good as it did for Millwall, so they tried to open up the game with a free-flowing attacking style of play. The Lions made it far too easy for them and opted for a direct approach that did next to nothing to get them up the pitch. Gary Rout looked to change things up with 20 minutes to go by bringing on Romain Esse and Duncan Watmore for Bradshaw and Styles, shifting Oliver Burke up front. He did little to change the game, however, as Wigan came inches away from scoring through Keane, who fired wide from close range before the flag was raised for offside. The Lacks may have felt unfortunate not to be awarded a penalty after Lang was brought down in the box. Referee Bobby Madley looked to blow for a penalty, but instead pointed for a corner. Jack Watmore was upended as it was delivered in, but the referee waved play on yet again. It was Wigan who struck late on to win, however. Romain Esse saw his volley blocked on the edge of the area, with Will Keane picking it up with a sumptuous touch to bring the ball to the Millwall half. He set up Lang down the right, with the winger allowed far too much space to cut inside and set up substitute Philo Asgard, who curled the ball past Long to seal the points for Wigan. Nice. Absolutely cracking. And the teams was as follows: Long, McNamara, Hutchinson, Cooper, Malone, Mitchell, Saville, Burke, Fleming, Stiles, Bradshaw. And Mills' substitutes were on the 70th minute Callum Stiles for Duncan Watmore, 71st minute Tom Bradshaw off for Romain Esse, on the 81st minute Oliver Burke off for Mason Bennett, and then in the 82nd minute Jules Saville off for Andreas Volsama. So there you go. Wasn't that fantastic? Takeaways: a sickening defeat in Greater Manchester. Millwall needed to beat Wigan today. Dropping points would not be good enough, so the defeat could prove to be fatal in a playoff race. They were nowhere near good enough. There is no covering up this performance with missed chances. The Lions simply did not do enough to beat the team sat bottom of the Championship. It will need to be 6 points from the final two to stand a chance. The wrong style. Wigan had nothing to lose in this game. They are expected to be relegated, and it looks like it will still happen. It gave them the license to play attractive football. Millwall, however, played far too direct. They had no aggression or control in the game, and were ultimately made to pay for sloppy defending that was so unlike a really unusual performance. I would say that both of Wigan's goals came down our left hand side, and I think we're missing players that would have been playing week in and week out. We're missing Cresswell, we're missing Murray Wallace, and it's you can feel the impact. Decisions. Gary Rowett will certainly be disappointed that Millwall were not awarded the penalty this afternoon. It's a common theme. Jake Cooper was the man who was manhandled in the box, but once again, it was ignored. However, Wigan certainly had one or two clear shouts of their own, so the Lions may feel somewhat fortunate too. Okay, post-match comments from the assistant, because Gary Rowett at fault because he's doing the London Marathon tomorrow morning. This is from southernnews.co.uk. We got what we deserved. Millwall assistant reacts after disappointing defeat against Wigan Athletic. The Lions were handed their second defeat of the week after failing to control the second half of their clash at the DW Stadium. Adam Barrett admitted that Millwall deserved to be beaten by Wigan Athletic as their playoff chances took a significant hit. The Lions were pegged back. You don't want to be pegged in the 14th minute through Will Keane, but found their equaliser just 16 minutes later when Tom Bradshaw set up Jules Saville for a close range tap in. However, the Latics dominated the second half. Yeah, we know all that. It was very disappointing, the assistant manager said. We didn't really get going in the game, and to be honest, we got what we deserved today. We didn't deserve anything out of it. Big games, big pressure, games like today, you know what's at stake, and unfortunately we didn't turn up. So I'm extremely disappointed. I thought they were better than us in every aspect, and we got what we deserved, which is fuck all. The lads have been magnificent all season and have gotten themselves into a magnificent position. We've all worked really hard, and when you come into these moments of its pressure, you see it up and down the division, teams at the bottom start scraping out results. If I could put my finger on it, there are multiple things. I don't think we passed the ball well enough. We turned it over too cheaply. I thought we were second best in a lot of challenges. I don't think we did the basics of the game well enough today. Unfortunately, when you do that, they get their towels up. We got back into it at 1-1 at half time. We said our bit, but we were really struggled to even do the basics of the game today. If you don't do that, you'll get beaten. Unfortunately, that's what happened today. We just couldn't get a hold of it. Every time we got a hold of possession, we turned it over again. So the game was very difficult for us to get in control. We did it once or twice in the game and we caused them problems, but it's nowhere near enough. You're coming away from home, they're fighting for their lives. We had to show more control, better composure, and more aggression in the right area. So that's Adam Barrett there. Moving on to this from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Gary Rowett did give an interview, but it's to Millwall TV, so I don't know. I haven't watched that yet. That's on, I believe it's on Millwall TV Plus. I haven't watched it. I am subscribed to it, but I don't know if he filmed that in the car or what, or over Zoom or whatever. Millwall manager Gary Rowett felt his side played as if they were scared of losing their Championship playoff place in today's 2-1 reversal at Wigan Athletic. They are frit. They are frit. The Lions are hanging on to a top 6 spot despite their flagging form. Yeah, more on that later. But either 8th place West Brom or their opponent Sunderland will move above them with a win in tomorrow's match, and so will Blackburn if they win the late kick-off this evening. More news on that later. Are we or are we not in the playoffs? Well, the Baggies have 2 games in hand and can move above them if they win tomorrow's game against Sunderland. Rowett told Millwall TV. I just said to the players in there that we played not like we were desperate to win the game to get in the top 6. We played like we were scared of dropping out of the top 6. That's a big difference. You need your big players to step up in games like this. The team has been outstanding all season. The team's worked incredibly hard all season. We've given some really good performances all season, but recently we haven't got the results we wanted. Performances have been quite good, but today's performance was poor. We didn't show up. We kept turning the ball over all the time. We showed a real lack of bravery. A lot of the time, I won't question the player's character at all, but you've got to step up in moments like this. The reality is that we've not turned up today and performed. I feel sorry for our fans because they turned up in good voice. I feel sorry for all the players because they've worked so hard. But if you play with fear, you're not going to put in big performances. From the first minute, we didn't do it. Yeah, I think he may have a point there. I think if you go back and look, it all started to go bandy, I think, after the Luton game, where we were 2-0 up and withdrew. Because going into that game, we won that game, we still had a chance of finishing second. It was a very slim chance, but it was a possibility. And that's something that we could be aiming. That draw kind of killed that. And the results after that kind of fell off, and then we were just going along, and you've had Luton and Middlesbrough, and they're winning and winning and winning. They the top, what would that be? Top 4 just gone up and away. There's now a massive gap between the top 4 and the rest of us, and we're literally we've got nothing to aim for. The only aim is not to drop out of the playoffs. So you may have a point there, and let's have a look. So here are the match results from today's championship round. Are we or are we not in the playoffs? What do you think? Yes, because there has been another miracle. I don't know how. So in the 5:30 kickoff game in the championship, it was Preston versus Blackburn. Blackburn were winning until late into injury time when they scored an own goal, and it ended up being 1-1. So Blackburn have now drawn their last 4 games. They haven't won for a while, and this is turning into an absolute joke. Nobody wants to win a game of football. No one wants to go up the table. We've got Coventry jumping above us. They're now 5th. There are 4 points between the team in 5th and the team in 12th. For Swansea, you can see they are winning games, but they've come from mid-table up to. They're still only 12. They won 4 games in a row, so they're still only 12. But they beat Swansea. They beat Norwich today, 3-0. If we go back up and look at the results now, so Norwich were beaten 3-0 by Swansea. We lost to Wigan. Watford lost to Hull. Coventry beat Reading 2-1. Queen's Park Rangers beat Burnley for some reason, but that's not affecting the playoff race. Birmingham. Our next game is against Blackpool. Oh wow. Well, we just lost in midweek to Birmingham 1-0. Blackpool just went to Birmingham today and beat them 1. And as I said, Preston won Blackburn won. So that's what that leaves the table looking like. It's bizarre, and as you can see, so there is a game tomorrow in the Championship. It's a midday kickoff, West Brom versus Sunderland. Now, here's the thing: if West Brom win that game, they go on 66 points. They will go above us because we have 65. If Sunderland win that game, they will end up on 65 points, but they will have a better goal difference than us, so we will drop out the playoff. If that game is a draw, we stay in the playoffs. Now, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I don't know. As you saw what Gary Rowett said, if it might be a good for us if we did drop out of it, then the players would have something to aim for. They would be in a position of not being in the playoffs and need to win the game to get back into the playoffs, and it would give them something to aim for and something to achieve, rather than the other way around, being proactive rather than reactive, saying, "Well, we don't want to lose because we don't want to drop out of the playoffs." But yeah, and that next game will be very, very big because the percentages have gone down now. So, 2 games left. That's 6 points. The most. So if what chance is there of this? But if we do win both games, that's 6 points. Will get us to 71. And like I said, we do win the next game, we go up to 68, which means that will knock out Swansea, it will knock out Norwich. Depending on tomorrow's result, it may knock out Sunderland. So winning that next game, whoever does it out of these teams, it will knock out quite a few down further down, because they won't be able to catch up because there will only be three points left after that. So this next game really is the real deal. We may, by tomorrow's, when I film tomorrow's video, we'll know if what we will be. We'll be seventh, guaranteed. We'll either be sixth or seventh. So then we'll know. If the game's a draw, we stay sixth. If either team wins, we go seventh. So, and if it's another draw, I mean, what the fuck is going on in this league? The fact that Preston and Blackburn was a draw, which meant both teams dropped 2 points and we didn't fall out of the playoffs. I mean, it's just utterly bizarre results in this league this season. Yeah. What can you do? What can you do? We need to beat Blackpool next week. Let's just have a look at the bottom table, see where they are. Does it really matter? I mean, they've won 2 out of the last 3. Which was obviously they beat Birmingham today. They beat Wigan, so. But the way we're playing, I mean, we couldn't beat something that's really easy to beat. Like, well, no, we couldn't beat a 1-year-old in a game of tic tac toe. Now that's how bad we are. Yeah. But this is crazy. You've got what you got there from 5th down to 12th. Oh, Watford out of it. Watford, they've got 6 points to play for, so that would give them 65. Yeah, they're basically Watford are out of it. So it's from Coventry down to Swansea, so 8 teams going for it, which I'm sure Sky love all this. Now the games on the thing, and the final day will be a blinder. The Blackburn game is now sold out. I don't know if we lose next week whether people will be clamouring for a fucking refund, because that game will probably have nothing on it. Could we still do it? I doubt it. 68 points is not going to cut it. I don't think. I don't think so. Don't think so. I think we need to win both games actually. So, oh god. it's all disappeared, isn't it? It's all vanished. It's all gone. It's all disappeared. It's all vaporized. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. It was there, and now it's just faded away. It's like when you have a kid, you have all these dreams for them, and then they actually grow up and turn out to be a big fat fucking loser, chunky bastard. Yeah, not good, not good at all. Poor old Millwall, eh? On that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.